It's going great for me tonight. How you guys doing tonight, man? Look at we got everybody popping in left and right. What's up, Randy? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good today.
I'm worried about you. Steve, how you doing, brother? It's been a while. He's talking. I don't care how he's doing. I just was asking that just because everybody expects it. How you doing, my buddy Steve? I like your hat, man. Is that a Shaka Zulu hat or what, man?
Hey, we had royalty in the house, so I had to dress up a little bit.
I'm not that special, but I appreciate it anyway.
Nobody cares about you, Daryl. We're talking about the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Micah himself.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what?
There we go. Now we got it.
I got muted
right quick. Talking about.
But I
did have a sore throat.
To get your attention, Daryl.
I was about to say, since Steve, you got royalty in the house and you the one brought up, I'm gonna back out. I'm gonna let you talk to him. Micah, good to see you in here. They said I couldn't keep my mouth shut for over 30 seconds?
3 minutes.
Oh man, now you can't do that to him. 3 minutes? Holy smokes. Come on, don't do me that way. Give me at least a minute.
Yeah,
well, give it some time.
Hey, Mike, I know you've been doing some great things lately. I'm just going to get out of here. Steve won't talk to you. Congratulations on your big win. I will say that. Go ahead, Steve. It's yours.
Awesome. Hey, buddy, how are you? I kind of got a little bit of a sore throat, so I'm going to try my best. But hey, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. Obviously, we've got a lot of things to celebrate. So, yeah, doing really good.
Hey, that's awesome. Hey, I got some questions. I want to kind of go way back in the day. Like, when did you first get into fishing? Like, how old were you when you very first went out?
I don't think I could walk yet, to be honest with you. But back when I could remember, I was just probably 2-3 years old when I started fishing. Started catfishing. My dad used to take me catfishing all the time when I was about that age. Because he was showing me pictures of when I was just a little bitty thing, when I caught my first blue cat and all that stuff. So it'd been a lot of years.
Oh, heck yeah. And did you fall in love with it like instantly, or was it something that you gradually came into?
Well, I guess if you think about it this way, so I was born in the late 70s. So the 80s, was kind of like what most of this, what I grew up in. And there really wasn't much to do, except for get in trouble or go fishing and hunting. So I decided to go fishing and hunting. I didn't like getting in trouble.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
And then I had a couple more questions. So when did, down the road when you decided, dude, I'm really good at this, was it like you kind of sought after trying to break that record? Or was it something that you just happened into, or was it a goal down the road, or tell us about it?
I guess yes, to a point. When I first started getting serious into catfishing, because I've always catfished, but it was just always a weekend thing, just a hobby, maybe catch a few for dinner and stuff like that. But when I decided to get real serious about it, I was actually going after the flathead record, because I was sitting thinking the blue cat record for Tennessee was, it was over 100 pounds. I'm like, well, I'll never see a fish over 100 pounds, I said, but I have caught some big flatheads, so I said 84 pounds is not really terrible, because as soon as I started doing it, my biggest one right out the gate was 76. So I'm kind of like, wow, this ought to work out real well, if I just keep doing it. And then lo and behold, I ended up catching the blue cat record instead. But yeah, to answer your question, yes, it was to go chase records, but chase big fish. I got tired of catching them. I stay tired, but I didn't want to catch no more than 10, 15, 20 pounders no more. I wanted to learn how to catch bigger fish. And then, I ended up doing it, I guess.
So when you said that you, when you got older and you kind of just decided to kind of pursue it more, was that just out of high school 5 years ago? How long have you been doing it?
Chasing trophy cats has been probably about the last 10 years.
Nice.
Actually figuring out, learning, from guys like you, from a lot of other people that I've run into over the years. It's been probably about 10 years roughly that I decided to start chasing trophy cats and how to catch them.
Yeah. I know probably some of the interruption was you was in the military, and so that probably interrupted some of you
Oh
fishing.
yeah. I spent a lot of, during my time in the service. Yeah, I spent a lot of time gone, or just didn't have the opportunity. So my ability to continue to pursue that, like a steady year, to learn how things work over the years, like fish patterns, during the summer, spring, fall, all that stuff. It took me quite a bit longer to figure that part of it out. So, but I was fortunate enough towards the end of my career, plus contracting. I had a lot more time on my hands, so I kind of started getting into it a little bit more. Then I started putting the seasons together as best I could. I'm still no expert. I still learn every year because it all changes. But
so what you're saying is, after you got through with military and got through chasing the women and got married, you settled down and done the good thing and went catfishing, got serious at it. That's
oh
why.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Where were you stationed, Micah?
I was stationed in my first duty station was Schweinfurt, Germany, but from there I deployed 3 times, and then I got stationed here at Fort Campbell, where I currently live outside of, and here I got deployed twice, and then I said, well, heck, that's enough deployments. I'm getting out. You know what I mean? So I ended up getting out, and then I realized that healthcare and stuff was kind of expensive, especially with a family. So what I did, I joined the National Guard here in Tennessee, and then I deployed 2 more times. But then, of course, contracting, when I was contracting at the same time for the military, I deployed multiple times during that. So I don't know. I was just meant to do that, I guess. But yeah, but even then, that gave me the time to do what I needed to do in between. But fishing on the weekends, you could get out there and do a lot on the weekend, but it's kind of hard to create a pattern when it's only like one day or possibly 2 days a weekend. Every weekend or every other weekend. So,
Okay.
Hey, first of all, thanks for your service.
no problem.
Okay.
No problem.
Now, for some of you that don't know, this is the man, the myth. This is Micah Burkhart. He currently
I thought you were talking about me again.
Oh, hush, Daryl.
Yeah.
He currently holds the Tennessee state record. He held the one previous to this. 2022, he caught one that weighed 118.7 pounds. In June of 23, he caught the current record at 122.3.
Good job, Lisa, for finding that for Randy.
Hey, I wrote that down earlier today. I have you know.
Hey, but that's Lisa's handwriting. I seen it.
No,
I think that was her handwriting, man. I really do.
Yeah, hush. But anyway, Michael.
Hey, before we go any further, hey, Randy, before we get too much further, we need to welcome everybody in right quick.
Well, why don't you welcome everybody in there?
Nope, that's not my job, man. I'm not taking your job. You got a family to feed. What I'm trying to say is I don't read as good as you. Uh-oh. You accidentally muted yourself, Randy.
There we go. I got it back.
Hey, all right, go ahead, brother.
Okay. We started out with Mr. Gimpy, great man. Chris from Catchfish with Us, awesome dude.
Gimpy's half the man I am.
Yeah, literally. we got 922 Crappie Barbecue. How you doing tonight, Bobby? And Mr. Norman Mountain. He's going to eventually go fishing with me. We got Jeremy. Nope, we got Andrew from Creole Catfishing, Nubby's Catfishing, John at Rivercast Tackle, and Miss Stephanie to be back there in the house. We got Miss Janice from 419 Fishing and Powder Coating. Need anything powder coating, them people talk to. They also make some great bank rod holders. Let's see here. David Hughes. Man, it's slow tonight. Miss V is in here. Miss Catchfish with Us. She is going for the Ohio state record, flathead.
Hope you get it.
She's standing there at 65 and a half right now. And I think 75 or 78 is the record. She'll tell me, straighten me out on that in a minute. We got Bert Adams in here. Bert is Steve's net man. I think that's the way it works out.
Yep.
He's a pretty good net man most of the time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, 60% of the time it works all the time.
Oh, okay. We got Eddie Gross in here tonight. Good, welcome in. Hey, H. Lee Osborne. Let's see. I'm gonna have to keep scrolling. I got to go fast. Scared I'm gonna miss people though. There's Bobcat Outdoors.
Bobcat Outdoors is making shirts that's gonna say "I need bait" on them. They're pretty cool shirts.
Yeah,
Because that's everybody's always, I need bait. I need bait. That's the word. That's the number one thing in catfishing. I need bait.
If they'll go watch Micah's videos, he's got a couple of good videos on catching bait. We got Bob and Doreen in here. Welcome in tonight. And I think I'm all the way at the bottom now.
Awesome deal. Great job. Anyway, so the name of the show tonight is Life After the Catch. And the reason I wanted to do that was because I know Mike has done a lot of shows talking about the fish he's caught. It actually caught the fish twice one year. And then the next year he caught it again and it weighed more. So he got the new record, which is awesome, dude. How many times can somebody say they caught the same huge catfish twice? And he gained what, 6 pounds or something like that, Mike?
It was something like that, yeah. And then not to mention out of public waters.
Yeah, that's crazy. And it was what, within 100 yards of where you caught it the first time or something like that?
Yeah.
And that big bobber you had it? No, I'm just joking. So, actually, I had fished up there before and seen it. And I told Mike, I said, if you'll go over there, I'll make you famous again. You'll catch that thing second time. He went over and grabbed it just like I told him to. I mean, no, but I mean, and I know Randy's going to come in and talk to you about your latest big achievement you got. But I wanted to ask you just a few questions, and I'll jump out of the way there. How did life change after you caught the big fish, the first time and the second time? I mean, as far as how like you were approached by sponsors and stuff like that. Tell us how your fishing life changed after you caught those. A lot of people don't hear that story, and that's what I want to hear. Yeah,
well, I'll tell you that. I'll go over that, but I'll tell you the first and most important part is, yes, because of the fish, I was given a platform, right? So I don't know why. Again, it's not my question to ask why I was given all this as far as to be put on a platform, but I have not squandered that platform. I try to, bring as many people along with as possible, help any way I can, and do, just do my part to be a good steward. Yeah, somebody said that. But that's what I would, that's the most important part. Now the rest of it, yes. I mean, publicity, the shout outs, the sponsorship, all that stuff obviously come along with it. But then I like even more come on afterwards, just because I had a platform to show my dedication to not just myself, my fishing, but to the industry in itself. And I try to push that every chance I can, anywhere I go, and to whoever will listen. So, but yeah, so like I said, outside of that, the most important part of it all to me was the platform that I've been given, and I'm trying to do my best with it. Yeah, that's all. And I will say this: I've spoke with Micah several times. He's done a lot of great things. He's helped me out with the gathering. Gave us rods for that. It's helped out with the also helped out with the vets with nets, and he spent a lot of times going to shows and meeting with people and doing stuff to help people out to raise money for different things. And I really appreciate that, Mike. I know I've told you that before, but you do awesome with that, and I really would love to say thank you for being that great steward that you've been, and took care of I guess what I'm trying to say is been a good face out there, that people look at Micah, and I don't know anybody that can say a bad word thing about you, that you've conducted yourself as a professional, and you go about yourself as a professional, and that's the awesome thing to do, that you decided to go that route, and you do a really good job of it. So thank you. Well, I mean, I appreciate you saying that. That's exactly what I try to do, because there's enough hate, in this world. I mean, we don't need more of it. Yeah. So if I could help him, if I could just help one person in some small way, realize that, then cool, I've done my job.
Yeah. I do the gathering every year, and it's like people are like, well, this, that. If I can make, and I said it today in a group, if I can make 98% of the people happy with what I'm doing with the gathering, where we bring all the catfish people in together, then I feel like I've done really good. I'd love to see 100%, but I know I'm asking for a lot. But you're going to have people that it's just like politics. A politician, they can do the best thing they know to try to make things the right way, but you're going to have people that still aren't going to like the way they do it.
Oh, yeah.
It's life in it. When you get a group of people together, that's life in church. I mean, that's just life. And what we try to be is a good face out there and a good steward, and hopefully people will be happy with that. So thank you very much for that. Did you have? I know you won the Rod for Life type deal and all that stuff. But what all did you have? Many people wanting to sponsor you to use their stuff and all that.
Yeah, I've got a long list. So, but yeah, there's quite a few people out there, and I enjoy working with them every day that I possibly can. I've even picked up a few more just here recently in the last month. So, I mean, like I said, it's a long list of people that I work with. And I mean, like I said, I could go over, but we need a whole nother hour for the show to do all that. But I love the fact that these companies are reaching out now, again, along with me, trying to keep this positive attitude with everything that I try to do that also involves the company. Because I'm no better than the company I represent. You know what I'm saying? So if things go south with that company for one reason or another, or something's happening that I don't like, then that kind of puts me in a bad spot. So I truly like really look into anybody that I want to hop on board with, and go from there. Just use my best judgment at that point. That's all we can do. Yeah. But most part, I love them all. I try to get them out there, because there's a lot of different companies I work with, and I did that for a reason. My reasoning for that is it's too easy to get stuck with one brand. It's too easy to get stuck with one area. But if you do that, if you limit yourself, I've said this before, but if you limit yourself to just that one brand, God, you're missing out. You're missing out on the other great products that are out there, and again, the great people that are out there that have their products. Right. So I try to bring as many people along as I possibly can, just like I said before, and that includes different companies. Because honestly, there is a bunch of good people with good product out there, and I just absolutely love being. I'll just say this because I am, but being inside the part of that community or the corporate side of things, you know what I mean? Being able to, I don't know, design floats, for a company, just little things like that, it's so neat to be part of that. And then, also, I'm create that positive image, you know what I mean? So it just helps them and they help me in the end. So
exactly. That's a good thing. And it does help a lot. And people don't realize, or I mean, it at a level that you're fishing, and I fish a lot too, but it helps keep money in your pocket because you're not having to spend so much money for tackle. Every time you're trying to keep good fresh line, your hooks, your floats, your so much. So there's people don't realize. People like, well, you can do catfish because it don't cost much. It can get it. You lose a rig and you've lost about $10 out there.
Yeah, it gets expensive real fast for sure. Especially if you fish, of course, I've taken a few days off because I had a pretty long week last week. Right. But I fish predominantly every single day. I may make exceptions on the weekends just because of the boat traffic. Right. But I'm definitely fishing 5 days a week. And yeah, like you said, you lose a lot of stuff, and it's great being able to work with companies like that. So, I don't. A lot of them I don't get. I don't get it all for free. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I still get discounts and whatnot, whatever. So,
yeah. But
the thing about it is too, if with your personality and the way you present yourself, you got good companies coming knocking on your doors, and that's the reason companies come knocking on your doors. They don't come out there just because you caught a couple of big fish.
Mm-hmm. Now there was several in the beginning. I promise you that.
Yeah.
That's why I said that caveat where I did a lot of research on said company prior to hopping on board with them.
Yeah.
Because I need to learn. I got to know all the way down to who owns the thing, right? And because it's nothing more. It's not like I'm suspicious or nothing like that. It's just that I have a like I ain't gonna say image, but I have my personal beliefs to uphold. We'll just say that. That's what I have, and I don't want nothing to compromise that if I can help it. So,
integrity is all you got.
Yeah, I mean, integrity and loyalty is the two things I'll say anybody ever has left in this world.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it, we used to have a lot more of it, but those are the two things that are left that we cannot compromise on.
Absolutely. That's with me. I have a few companies that sponsor me as an individual fisherman, but then when we do together, and we have to depend on raising a lot of money to do other that we do for free. So I work with a lot of different companies that way. And I want to make sure every one of them I treat fairly, and I don't try to, put one over the other or anything like that, because every one of them is just one's as important as the other. And we, trying to make sure everybody's happy with that and get that word out. And it's a juggling act for sure, but it's a good juggling act to have whenever you can have good people that will help you and along the way that believe in what you do and want to be a part of it. That's great.
Well, for anybody that was not paying attention this weekend,
there
the
you
Mississippi
go.
River Monsters. I'm going to take it over here. The Mississippi River Monsters Megabucks Pro Series tournament was in Vicksburg, Mississippi, and Micah and Spencer Bauer and I can't remember the other guys. What was his name there, Micah?
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper.
Old BJC Outdoors.
That's what I was going to say. BJC Outdoors. If you're not following any of those three, go follow them because they all make good content. They all can teach you a lot. But they went out and spanked everybody this weekend. They won the Pro Series MRM tournament. They won $100,000 for first place. Who got Big Fish the second day?
I'm trying to think of his name. I know he's another Mad Cats guy just like me, but they ended up catching a 104-pounder. I had the name on the tip of my tongue. I just now forgot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that if you're watching.
Saturday he caught almost 104.7 pounder was Big Fish of the tournament. To watch those boats come in and out and all, and everything was pretty cool. How did it feel though to beat Creole Catfishing, Creole Guide Service, River Cats Tackle Boat? Andrew's in here about to die. Wanting to know was you scared when they came up to the scales?
Man, while we were sitting there in the hot seat, I was a nervous wreck. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was a nervous wreck with every boat that come in. Well, I take that back. The first 5 boats that come in, I'm kind of like, well, let's not get too comfortable. We're gonna be, down there watching here soon. And then we got to the 10th boat that come in after us. Then I started getting really nervous. And we got to the second to last boat. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, really?
Y'all were sitting there for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm surprised none of you let it out. But they did an excellent job, guys. It was an excellent tournament, excellent run tournament. How many of those type tournaments have you fished, Micah?
That's the first one ever I fished like that. I mean, I think that as far as payout wise, I'm sorry. But I fished a few Twisted Cat tournaments. Well, actually, me and Spencer, that's the only ones I fished with him was I think a few Twisted Cat tournaments. We may have did a King Cat at one time, but I'm not sure. Mainly Twisted Cats, I
think. When you started, we'll go backwards just a little bit. When you started fishing or getting ready for this tournament, how much time did y'all put into practicing, studying the water, or whatever?
Well, for me, and just like Spencer, just like Bradley, it started probably the week prior well, 2 weeks prior to the tournament. I spent a lot of time looking at maps, just trying to get the lay of the land, 'cause I've never been there. None of us have ever been there before. So I was just trying to look and see, because I didn't know if they were going to be in holes. I didn't know if they were going to be, in the fast current. I didn't know if they were going to be, on the wing dikes. I didn't know where they were going to be, honestly. They could have been in creek mouths. I don't know. So I was just trying to find all these different types of areas where I could go down, because I actually went down Sunday, and me, Spencer and Bradley, we didn't get together till to fish till Wednesday. So I spent the first few days just kind of going out, basically eliminating water is what I did.
I'm real good at eliminating water.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I did.
I'm good at eliminating.
Well, I went to a lot of the obvious stuff, just to check it out. I mean, because you never know. I mean, it could be a weird pattern, and so I went down there and I didn't do too good. I caught some fish, but nothing that would have been worthy of probably winning the tournament. So when Bradley and Spencer got there, we kind of actually more so Spencer, because the way the fish were setting up as we were scanning and found them, they set up in his wheelhouse, like you said earlier today. They were just, because that's how he's used to fishing them, like even on the Missouri, other places that he's fished in the upper parts of the Mississippi. So it was kind of neat. So then we're back to the maps again, trying to find all the same areas again that look just like the one we were catching fish out of. And we ended up coming across several spots that we could run through in a day. So it actually worked out real well. Just having the fish set up exactly where they needed to be.
Chris, he is scared to fish the Memphis tournament against us. So he's not going to be there.
No, I got stuff to do that weekend. We got a church function and stuff I got to go to. So
that's awesome that you.
That is the best thing that you could say there, Bubba.
Yeah. Now my son, he goes to church every Wednesday and Sunday. So Sundays are kind of our day we go together.
Yeah, that's good.
So that tournament's on a Sunday?
I think it may be on, I can't remember, maybe on a Saturday, but
our tournament's on a Saturday. The one in Memphis is on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what, by the time you fish all day, by the time you fish a couple of days on practice or searching, and then you spend the day at the tournament, by the time you get done at 8, 9 o'clock at night, and then turn around and drive home.
Yeah.
Getting up Sunday morning and being present is tough.
Yeah. I don't
week in Mississippi
Sunday either, so that's why I was wondering. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that time in Mississippi, like I said, that's why I'm taking a few days off. I'm trying to recover from that, because that heat was no joke. Yeah. Of course, the heat here is no joke either, but it just seemed worse down there for some reason.
I'm gonna tell you, it'll be worse in Memphis than it is here.
Say again.
Go ahead, Randy.
I said the heat in Memphis is worse than it is here.
Yeah.
I was stationed out there in the military.
Yeah.
In the Air Force. And Memphis, Tennessee is the heat index is 10 degrees higher than it is here.
Yeah.
But
so do you guys use live scope also, Micah?
I just find it bait. I haven't got good enough with it yet to chase down fish with it, but just mainly for bait.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty cool. I've gotten actually used to that, because I can tell what a skipjack looks like. I can tell what shad, I can even tell the size of shad, the ones I need to throw on, and I can tell whether they're a gizzard or a thread fin. That's kind of neat. And then I can find bluegill with it and stuff. But that's what I spend most of my time doing. I'm chasing bait. So
what y'all catch your fish on down there?
Skipjack. Yeah, it was all skipjack.
Okay.
Because
awesome. We got Rivercast Tackle is going to have a couple of teams down there next year,
and
hopefully be a little bit better prepared than this year. But hey, our team made it to the top 25, so we were tickled to death.
Good deal. Yeah. Congratulations to them for sure, because it was tough. I promise you, it was tough. There was a lot of people we talked to that kind of, they were on something during practice, but then they kind of struggled on tournament day, and then some teams just knocked it out of the park. We kind of fell. I'd say mid pack. We were upper mid pack, but that's where we kind of fell. We thought we'd kind of do a little bit better, but looking back at it, we didn't really have to. We kind of had a weight goal we wanted to reach, to kind of secure us, and on Sunday, we met that, so that was kind of cool.
If you don't think they're good guys, they weighed in more pounds than any other team out there. They weighed in 108 or 10 pounds on Saturday.
No, it was 106 Saturday.
Okay, 106 Saturday, and then what'd you weigh in Sunday?
113.
Only team to weigh in over 100 pounds both days.
Dang.
So, they did not mess around.
Tell me dynamite don't work.
Well, from what I understand, Micah didn't catch any fish.
I caught a couple.
I was told that Spencer and Brad caught all the fish, and you just tried to show them where they were at.
No, I caught a couple. I did. The only problem is the couple that I caught I caught a couple during the actual tournament days. Nothing to brag about, but I caught a few during our practice time, which, it's cool we did because we knew the fish were there, but it was, we didn't want to catch them then. We wanted to catch them on Saturday and Sunday.
Come on, Randy. Mike is trying to keep that professional face, but man, call him out like that. Hey, Mike, if when we get off air, he's all yours, Bubby. Just take him out.
Yeah.
Hey, Randy, you said it wrong. It's the Micah Charter Adventures. He was getting his charter on, and a good captain lets his guest catch the fish.
There you go. See?
My throat's all messed up.
Hey, Andrew, y'all were prepared, and for somebody that's never done anything like that, none of our guys had ever fished a tournament like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Creole said that he had never fished a tournament. And for them to step up and they were there last year. Man, I'm having trouble remembering this stuff. This year they made the top 25 though, and they're just blown away. To come in, they were. Next year we're planning on having a whole lot of different things down there to help them get prepared.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question. When the last boat pulled up and they came out and they didn't have what it took, I mean, how did that feel? I mean, did you just like?
Well, you got, okay. So I can only speak for me personally.
Right.
And then but for me, it was like when the last boat rolled, of course, for production purposes, they created a bunch of, like the drama at the end, you know what I'm saying? So they kept talking it up. Well, the funny thing was that I guess they had pulled the boat too far forward or something like that, so that there was a camera pointing directly into the live well. And then, so they had like a big screen TV or jumbotron, what do you want to call it, up in the corner so everybody else could see it that was in the back of the crowd. And I could see inside their live well. And so I saved the fish, and I'm like, I said, now they're good fish, don't get me wrong. I said, but I'm guessing probably, 80, 90 pounds, And so I look over at Spencer. He just kind of like, I can see him. He's just chomping at the bit, just trying to figure out what's going on. And I said, man, they ain't got it. I was like, I think we got it. He just looked at me, just dead to face, goes, well, thanks for ruining the surprise, I was like,
Well, you blew his birthday candles out for him, didn't you?
Yeah. So
I'm gonna tell you, they were sitting there. Spencer was green waiting for that last boat.
Oh man, I tell you what. Now Spencer never admitted, and I'm sorry if I hurt his feelings, but he'll never admit it. But that dude was nervous coming about that last boat, just like I was. I was probably 2 times nervous than he was, but I can see it.
All 3 of you laying back, just your arms folded and talking to the boys.
Well, I'll tell you the thing about Bradley. That's the funny thing about Bradley. If you looked at him and talked to him, and he may have been just going nuts on the inside, but if you look at him and talk to him, he was just kind of like, it's another Sunday. What are we going to do after this? You know? That's like, I don't know how you're doing it, but you're doing it.
I'd had to have me an upchuck back because my stomach was so nervous spinning over, I'd throw it up twice probably.
Well, how did it feel to beat the guys that, y'all beat the Fountain Boys. You beat Ray Ferguson. You beat the big dogs that are considered the people to beat. Y'all spanked them.
Well, like I said, I mean, you call it what you will, but we just had, it was a great opportunity to pit ourselves against people like that. It was just, for me, it was actually an honor, to fish against guys like, especially on day two, the fact that we made it within that crowd that you're talking about. It was just an honor, because I mean, these, they're all probably they are definitely the best in the country. I'll hand it to them any day. But for, just somehow it worked out for us. We happened to do the right thing at the right time and caught the right fish. But I do know that as I talked to a lot of people, the fish had shifted or however it may be, we just, obviously there's a level of luck involved too. And we just happened to, just be the luckiest ones, I guess.
There was a lot of people talking about that they didn't, they caught fish Saturday,
mm-hmm.
but the fish were completely turned off and gone.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
And that's the one thing we didn't see. The fish that we found, they were still there. Most of them were still there. But the bigger ones we did see in the few spots we scanned, because we didn't spend a whole lot of time scanning on Sunday. We just, we knew we had to get baits in the water to keep fishing. Because, obviously the more you got baits in the water, you up your odds of catching a fish. But the few places we scanned, we still seen fish, but yeah, they weren't near as active. We didn't really catch much after noon. But we had everything we needed prior to that. So that, I guess that helped out.
Yeah.
Was there any point in like either the first day or the second day where you went, I don't think this is what we need. What are we going to changing what you did and trying something different?
No, the first day we were fairly confident. We knew that if we had 100 pounds, we thought for sure we're looking at somewhere in that 20th range, right? Just based on the people that were fishing there, we figured surely, because we had heard some people talking throughout the week, and heard rumors, and you know how it goes at a tournament, especially when you're there pre-fishing for that time. So we figured we get 100 pounds, we should make day two, and that was our sole goal going down there. Was just to kind of, we could go to day two and just zero the next day, but that would have still been a win for us, right? So we caught our 100 pounds, we figured it out, and once we did that, we just went scanning. We scanned the rest of the day, just looking for new spots, new areas, and come in and ended up in 6th on the first day. So we're like, wow. Maybe yeah, so we're kind of like, well, maybe we're good, maybe we've got something going on that we can sustain it at least for one more day. And it turns out we were able to. So
that's awesome. So what did you think? This was your first big tournament like this. What did you think about how it was presented? Did you get time to walk around and see things, how professional it was ran and stuff like that?
I mean, as far as that goes, it was all pretty much out in the open. I mean, you pretty much seen how it was. I mean, when we got there, we'll say, Saturday morning takeoff, which was, obviously the full field. It was pretty quick. I was highly impressed at how it was all done. They had everything just, everything was lined out. They got boats in and out, or they got boats in, trailers out. I mean, it was a good deal. I mean, I've been to a couple of really good tournaments, really good ran tournaments, but that's probably one of the best I've seen for sure.
Awesome, yeah. Bringing you in and doing the festivities and the
that was something. I've never done that before. I fished some decent tournaments, but they never had a big stage and never had the production that they had, or all the stuff. So that was really cool.
Yeah, and it had to make it better, even and knowing that you had some weight there, that you were a contender. You didn't know for sure if you won, but you knew you was probably going to be up there pretty good. So that had to, do it.
Yeah, but we didn't think we were nowhere near where we were at though. We were figuring, maybe possibly if we're lucky we'll get top 10. Maybe collect a check, but we were cool either way.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay. What was y'all's day 2 song?
It was Don't Worry, Be Happy.
I got a question.
Yeah.
do you have any like like superstitions or anything like when you're getting your stuff ready for fishing? Do you got like a routine that you have to follow or anything like that, like on some of these other pros do?
I mean, I'm sure I do, but if I do, I don't think of it as one, but I'm sure I do. I'm trying to think. We didn't eat no fish prior to the tournament. We know that. We all decided on that because that was going to be bad luck.
Nice.
But I think outside of that was pretty much it as far as like any type of, superstitious thing.
So I got another question for you that goes through, and I goes through a guy's head that's fishing with different people. Okay, so you fish by yourself most of the time, and the other guys do. How do you guys come up with, okay, whose rod we're using, whose tackle, and all that? How did you guys come up with, okay, what are we going to use, whose rods, and all this stuff? Or did you guys...
No, because I mean, like Spencer brought his stuff because he works with Catch the Fever, that's fine. Bradley brought his stuff. He works with Ripping Lips, and that's fine. But now, as far as tackle, it was whatever's working.
Yeah.
If there was a certain hook that was working, we all use that hook. If it was a certain rattle that was working, we all use that same rattle. If it was, a certain leader line, that would hold up to whatever placement. That part there, that's irrelevant because we've got, between the three of us, we got probably more tackle than Bass Pro.
That's right, man. Y'all got to have somebody. Got to decide, okay, hey, I'll just leave mine here, or I'm just going to bring my rods. You bring the tackle, because you could sink the boat with what you guys got. So
But no, we narrowed it down to where, because that way we could each represent our own companies that we support, and that's probably, to me, and even that, it's kind of like that itself is pretty awesome, where we could take three guys that just love the sport. Yeah, we use three different company rods, and me and Spence use the same reels, but it's just kind of neat that we just love the sport. We love getting out there fishing. No, I don't care what brand is on your rod. Let's just get out and go fishing and have a great time, and then hope we can win a tournament. And turns out we did. So
yeah, that's just funny, because whenever like me and Bob and Brandon's going, it's like whoever boat's going out there, that's generally who's rod we're using or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but whenever you're in a tournament, you got to represent those folks. I was like, how are they going to split these? How did they split this up? So yeah.
No, like I said, that I brought my Mad Catch rods. Spencer brought his Catch Fever rods, and Bradley brought his Ripping Lip rods, and that's how we did it. Now, granted, we limited to a couple bumping rods, and maybe a side rod or something, or an anchor rod or whatever. But
yeah.
So that's we didn't obviously flood the boat with everybody's full setup.
Right.
This is a good question. With your share of the prize money, are you going to pay a chunk of that boat off?
No, I'm actually gonna go get me a full enclosure made. That was something my wife said that was a non-negotiable.
Well, that's kind of wife to have.
Yeah. He said it was a non-negotiable. So I said, okay.
Yeah, but that's after you pay for my trolling motor to get out.
Well, if you'd have hit me up about 2 months ago, I could have given you one. I had like 3 of them in the shop.
Well, that's where mine's at. It's cost me. Actually, this is the cheapest it's cost me so far. Just $300 to get out.
It's not terrible.
Well,
Yeah.
2 months ago, yours was in the shop too.
What?
2 months ago, yours was in the shop then.
Yeah, I've had issues. I won't own another one of those for sure. So the old Terras, man. I tell you what, that mechanism that brings them up and lays them down, I've had more troubles. I will not go with one. I will not be lazy anymore. Let me just put it that way. I don't know many people that hasn't had problems with them. So anyway, it is what it is.
Okay.
Well, anyway, man, I appreciate you coming on, and that's a great story for a great guy. I'm just gonna say, I mean, man, to go from where you've been and to work your way up, man. I don't know how much further you go up from here.
That I don't know, because like people I've talked to, I said this is like exactly the same, or if not more special, than the state records.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it is, because out there, I'm kind of just competing with myself and the previous guy that holds the record, you know, and something like this to get out there. And like I say, these dudes are, they're the best in the country. I've never fished against them. Well, I think I take it back. I fished against the Fontaines one time, of course, lost my butt fishing against them. But, but it's just, surreal that me, Spencer and Bradley had this opportunity, and man, we just, we took it to the fullest, but again, a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of head scratching, a lot of stuff went into it. So it wasn't like we just walked there, showed up on Saturday and walked away with it. Prior to that was a whole lot of planning, and just like them guys do also. I know they do the same thing. They get together, they work out a game plan, they practice that game plan, and it works or it don't. But it just so happens that we just happen, to come across the right game plan. So,
yeah. How many extra cans of gas did you have in the boat with you?
Let's see. So day one, we had an additional 30 gallons in the boat. Day two, we had an additional 48 gallons in the boat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Every boat up there had extra gas cans in
it. So the thing is, you got to think about, and I realize this too, because I'm like, man, there's surely, we could find some fish within, what my boat can, hold. And then the more and more we got to think about it, it's like, well, you're going to have, especially the day one, you're going to have probably 2/3 of the field is going to think the same thing.
Yeah.
So pretty much within, we'll just say a 40-mile area, up or down, well, I will say 30-mile area up or down from takeoff. Yeah, they're gonna be sonar shy. I mean, they're gonna be, probably store lift or something like that. So sometimes you got to get away from, you need to try to eliminate that 2/3 of the field and find stuff.
So ran 60 and 70 miles.
I ran the day one. We ran just shy of 50 miles. Day two, we were pushing 70 miles.
Wow.
Man. Hey, something that y'all don't know about Mr. Micah. He is a fantastic deer hunter as well. What's your biggest buck, Micah?
Biggest one was that scored Pope and Young was 178 5/8.
That's good cooking a stick at one. Good deer, buddy.
Yeah, the biggest one I've killed. But I've killed several. I've killed several 140s, 150s, small handful of 160s. But that was I won the big buck contest at Bass Pro Shops. That was about probably 15 years ago. Yeah, about 15 years ago.
I bet that wasn't. Those weren't killed in Tennessee, though. I bet.
Yeah, it was killed in Tennessee.
Oh, see, he's up there around Fort Campbell.
Yeah,
and so up there where he's at, they got them deer that live out there on the firing ranges that nobody ever gets to hunt.
And I've seen bigger bucks in the. I've seen bigger bucks at the hospital parking lot. They're on Fort Campbell. I've seen probably 200 class deer there in like the grass around the parking lot around the hospital on Fort Campbell.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I've been up there before. I've seen them.
Well, but they get in areas where you can't hunt them, and they stay there. They live there. There's plenty of food. Nobody messes with them, so they just grow big and stay there.
Fat and happy.
That's awesome. Good deal.
I
tell you what. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Randy.
Go ahead. Nope, I'm done.
I just congratulate. I'm blown away that you guys was able to do that. And like I said, I couldn't happen to a better guy. And just to come out and do what you've done is just awesome. Like I say, it's got to feel just crazy to go, wow, I did this and now it's this. And it's like unreal. So
yeah, what's the next step?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. It's like, when Woody caught the 100-pounder out of my boat, it's like, man, will you ever outdo that again? And I bet you probably thought when you caught the 118, will I ever outdo that again? And then wham, you hit that 123, and it's like,
yeah.
How hard is it to be pleased with a sub 100-pound catfish after catching the record?
It's actually a lot better than you think, because those don't come around often. And you go through a spawn like we had here this past spawn. It was rough, because the way the rain was, we had a lot of early spawners, we had a lot of late spawners, so the spawn itself drug forever.
Yeah.
And we just finally started getting post spawners out a couple of weeks back. So what it done is it actually caused the flatheads to spawn with the late spawning blues. So we're starting to see some post spawn flatheads out there now. That's what I'm going to start. Matter of fact, tomorrow night's when I start chasing them. I'm going to start fishing at night because there's still another record out there that ain't been broke yet in a while.
Yeah. Well, we were fishing last night, man. We in 4 hours had 15 in the boat. I mean, you could definitely tell they were trying to feed up after spawn. I mean, basically
it's just too dang hot during the day, man. It's
that was last night.
I even think the fish think it's too hot. So they don't bite during the day. Yeah,
exactly. It was daylight when we started, but we were catching them like under barges where it was shady.
Yeah.
I figured, so we went to the barges and man, we had doubles and triples on. It was like crazy, It's like, well, they're trying to fatten back up now after this thing spawn was over with. So right, next 2 or 3 weeks should be really good for sure. So
have you ever fished up the Cumberland, up around Gallatin, up towards Lebanon and Carthage?
I have. It's good areas up there.
I fished just below the 109 bridge, or the 231 bridge there at Lebanon. That's where I grew up fishing.
Yeah.
And I fished a lot down around Cedar Creek and down that way, down at Mount Juliet. Yeah.
Well, there's a guy I know. He guides up there, so I don't fish up there often, just for the simple fact that if I'm fishing, I got to be filming, and I don't like doing that. That's why I like sticking to my stretch in north of where I'm at, because there's not many guides, so I'm not, what I mean, not giving away a bunch of spots, and not so much their spots. It's just that I just don't want to get that area out there where you'll just have random people show up and they're trying to make their money on it. So
yeah,
that's exactly the way I am.
Courtesy, working together.
Yeah, it's just like you said, it's a courtesy thing. And some of the guys I've never met, never talked to, but I know they do it, and it's just not. Like there's a stretch south of me on the Cumberland it is fantastic. It is a great place to fish. Like you can catch some good fish out of there, but there's a lot of locals here that fish that. They use it for they rely on them spots for tournaments and stuff like that. And I could easily go in there and make a fantastic video, but I'm just not going to do it because that's their. We got an understanding as far as that goes. I won't do that, and I won't show a bunch of people that area, and then they go there try to catch fish, and there ain't none, because they're all sore-lipped or whatever. So I just stick to my stretch. I mean, I got 40 miles of river that I can fish, and to include a big lake. So if I can't find fish in that, I need to pick another line of work, I guess.
We're ignoring your trolling, Bob.
That's the way I am. We've got like at the dam, and then we've got a lot of the guys that fish from the dam about a 15-mile stretch, and I know that that's why they're making their living. And I'm always 15 miles down the river to get away from them, and like I say, just to stay out of their way and let them do their thing. And it's a respect thing. And besides, I know a lot of their spots, but I want to learn. I want to fish my own spots anyway, and figure out where they're at, where I'm at. So I do the same thing.
We're fishing. I grew up fishing there out of Lebanon, fishing on the Cumberland.
Yeah, good area.
Percy Priest quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. And they've been catching early. What was it? Pre-spawn. They were catching some monsters out there.
Yeah. We've caught some real big and real healthy flatheads over in Percy Priest, but
we got chat crying out there.
No, they can cry all they want to. We're busy talking to somebody who knows what you're doing tonight.
We're trying to let you guys learn some stuff, and we're trying to respect Mr. Michael. We brought him on here, and now Bubbles and Bob's over there crying like babies because we won't read their chat. And it's like, come on, guys. It's not all about you guys. It's all about me and Micah, okay? And once you guys
once you figure it out, once they figure it out, it'll be okay. Micah, Dominic Hollis said he can be at the boat ramp in no time at all out there where you fish.
Yeah.
If you'll just let him know. He would love to go with you.
But hold on a second. So,
how many people invite themselves a week for you, Micah?
What's that?
but Dominic, he's the skunk master, so I wouldn't take him on your boat. It'd be like taking a banana with you. I wouldn't do that.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know about all that.
That's right, Gimpy. We took Gimpy out. Gimpy, I tell you a real quick funny story. Gimpy wanted to go out with us and at the gathering. Gimpy doesn't have any legs. He's born without legs, and he's just a hoot about it anyway. So we took him out over there, and we taught him a lot, man. I mean, he's probably at least 100% better fisherman now, wouldn't you say, Randy, than what he was before?
He couldn't be no worse than he was before.
Hey, we were on the fish. We took him and his buddy, and it had about 2.5, 3 hours to take them out.
Yeah, we didn't
fish.
We put them on the water, put the rods out. As soon as the rods got set, boom, the first fish. 5 minutes later, boom, another fish. It was the perfect way to take somebody that had never been catfishing before. It was the perfect way to do it.
Heck yeah, it is.
It's awesome.
And he's got like the artificial legs. I don't know what you call them. Sorry, Gimpy, you can put it in there what it is. But he's at one time there. He's like trying to think about getting up to run. He's like, I can't decide whether I want to kick my legs off and get up or leave them on. And then, so we get him on a pretty decent one, and he's trying to reel it in. Well, you got to remember, all he's got is his arms, and so he didn't have any legs or nothing. So he's trying to keep himself from getting pulled over. So we finally go, oh wait, we need to help hold him back at least. We had fun getting there. Gimpy's a hoot, buddy. Love you, buddy. Yeah, prosthetics. There we go. I knew it was something like that.
He's a $6 million man.
There you go. Yeah, he's a $6 million man. He's a research dummy, I guess. They when they got new prosthetics, they try them out on him. He researches for them and stuff. So he's cool. A lot of fun. And anytime he gets around and wants to come fish with me, he's more than welcome to be on my boat. So just don't hit me with one of them dang prosthetics. I know that would hurt.
We got to.
They run off Bluetooth. Hold on. They run off Bluetooth, Micah. His legs are they move, but they run off of Bluetooth. Can you figure that one out?
No, I cannot. That's pretty neat.
He's like, yeah, they run off. $200,000 man, Gimpy said. There we go. Go ahead, Randy. I had to put that one in.
Our RCT team has been messaging me, and they have said, just to let you know, next year at Vicksburg, they're going to be ready for you.
Hey, great, awesome. And I hope they do well. I hope they win it, to be honest with you, because man, I tell you what, that's a feeling. That is an awesome feeling, and I would love to have everybody have that feeling.
That's jealous.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. Riding into that auditorium, I was videotaping Saturday. Sunday, I rode into that auditorium in our boat, our team boat, and that is, I couldn't imagine being fishing and having the weight and all that y'all had and coming into that auditorium. That was just unreal.
Yeah, it definitely was. Yeah, it definitely was. But no, I encourage anybody to go fish that, because if you get the opportunity like we had and actually win that thing, or even placing the money, I mean, that's still a great deal too. At least make it, worth it. Because they're not, along with time, there's a lot of money spent on that tournament too.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm just gonna let you know one thing too. Next year, Mike, I'm gonna help you guys out next year at your tournament. I'm just just going to put this out here because I know you guys, you like to have as much help, and you know, you're a sponge and you like to absorb, you know, stuff like that. So next year at the tournament, here's what I'm going to do just for you. If you can pay my room and board and $100 each day, I will drive your truck in for you guys to to bring your boat in there for everybody.
I'll have to think on that one.
Yeah, well, let your people get with my people.
Yeah.
Brian, I was absolutely a groupie and jumped in the boat. That was phenomenal. I stood up in the window filming the boat coming in, and the people that were screaming and everything, and they were giving out rods, they were giving out bait towels, hats, T-shirts. It was amazing the stuff that they gave out. And
Was you at the tournament or the gathering? Was you at the tournament or the gathering? We give out T-shirts and towels and rods there for door prizes.
Hey, dude,
Nothing compared to this.
one boat gave out 40 rods.
Wow,
Dang.
that's awesome. That's very
And they weren't the winners. Hey, they weren't the winners.
We got the winners because we're special like that.
Hey,
Mama said I would.
Spencer was talking today in one of his videos that talking about Catch the Fever's got something that he's worked up with them that'll be released very soon. So don't miss it. Keep watching Chasing Spencer's videos, and he's got some stuff coming up this fall with Catch the Fever. Go ahead, Steve.
Hey, well, I wasn't going to bring it up, but you know we're the reason that Mike and them won, don't you? Because we, prior to the whole tournament, invited them on our show so we could interview the winner. So we kind of did all that, I think, anyhow.
Sounds great. Sounds like a great deal. I'm
Good
hoping that
juju,
they
baby.
go for Memphis.
It was good juju.
Well, I'll tell you something. I'll tell you another something that's funny is so before last week, once we finalized, that's when we actually finalized Bradley coming with us. I think it was like 2 weeks prior to that. Well, I'd made a group text between me, Spencer, and Bradley, and I just titled it "Winning Team." Just something funny,
Yeah.
And so I text them all tonight. And I said, "Wow, this group chat was appropriately named."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what you should have done was sent and said, if we'd left him out, we'd have doubled our money and we wouldn't have to worry about it.
No, I tell you, Bradley, I'll tell you what, he was definitely instrumental in this tournament. I mean, because if you got something like that, especially because it's kind of it wasn't a terrible job, but somebody had to do it. So when we had to stop before we could head back, we had to fill the boat back up with all the fuel cans, stuff like that. So he helped with that. He helped with everything, with the bait. I mean, just the whole 9 yards, and it just made things so much easier when you've got. Because I could have done it myself. It was just me and Spencer, but then you got just one bait in the water. So everything that had to be done, we always tried to make sure there was at least 2 baits in the water. Like even myself, because when we started catching fish, I was doing all the culling, the weigh-in, all that stuff. So that was kind of my job. Just because if you try to get 3 people trying to be on top of the culling, and then we don't talk to each other for some reason, forget to say, hey, this one's this one, then you start letting go fish you need. So, but no, it was great having them along. And of course, me and Spencer, we get together to fish. It's always a great time.
Yeah, Dom. I
Man,
thought we were
I tell you what, Micah's almost as cool as me and Lisa. It ain't hard to beat cooler than Daryl, but
Hey, at least I'm not froze up on the screen like you are, Randy.
I'm not froze up.
You was. You just didn't
Oh.
know it. Oh,
Okay.
man. Well, Mike, I'll tell you what, it's been a pleasure. You've always been good to actually when I message and everything. You're just one of those good guys. And we're at 10 o'clock when we don't want to keep you longer than what we said. But hey, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. You're a great face for the industry. And I appreciate all you've ever done to help me out when we've asked you to help out.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you guys having me on, and I'll continue to help out anywhere I possibly can.
All right, Randy, you got anything left there you need to bring up or add?
Yeah. we've got I want to mention to Micah about our tournament we got coming up August 23rd. We got a jug fishing tournament.
You didn't get in it.
And the top 5 fish per team.
Oh yeah, he's not got a trophy like this. Do it, baby. Hold on. Don't. Yeah, hang on. Now then.
And if you win, you get a beautiful 8-inch plastic, gold-plated with fake gold leaf in it, a carp with whiskers that they call a catfish. It's a Wodes Tournament Series. It'll be it says jug fishing. It's got the date on it, and it tells you you're a winner. So if you ever forget, look at this. You'll know.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to miss that one, bud. But you ain't got. There's no way you've won a trophy that's only 6 inches tall. Don't polish it though. Now I'm just telling you, don't polish it because you won't have a gold finish any longer. But hey,
yeah,
$9.95 will get you one of them if you don't win. Okay.
Right.
We have a tournament our old me and Randy and Lisa's got going, and we call it Wotes. Way out there. How does it? Way out there.
Tournament series.
Tournament series. Yeah, Wotes. Way out there tournament series. So they wanted to call it Watts. I said, no, this is a woke year. We're going to call it Wotes. So we have fun tournaments like that. We did a dock runner where you had to fish with just one of these little 3 foot, I think 4 foot was the legal length, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You could put as heavy a line as you wanted to on it, but it had to be one of these dock runner rod and reels. We did one of those. It's just a fun, like I say, we're a different type of folks out here. So. But yeah, you need to get in. You need to get into jug fishing. You can only use 20 jugs now. I know you're probably proficient at it. You're up there in the years like me. I'm sure you jug fished before. So he didn't say put him down for it, did he?
Our big thing in our tournaments, our number one rule is to have fun, and that's
we've left him speechless.
We have a bunch of goofy, fun tournaments. And you know, all of our trophies for the year was less than $50. So
that ain't bad.
It ain't.
They'll think we're cheap.
Fish.
Don't tell them that. They'll think we're cheap. I mean, we are, but they don't gotta know it.
Anybody that knows me knows I'm cheap. They look at my boat, they know I'm cheap.
Did you get a new boat or yet?
Yeah. I got me a 90 Merc 4-stroke.
1990?
No, it's a 90 horse Mercury 4-stroke.
So you got 90 horses gonna be pulling it? Okay, that's good.
It'll push it up there.
So we'll have 90 horses and a jackass in the boat.
Exactly.
That'll work.
All right, man. Yeah, go about it, Steve. You got anything left, brother?
Hey, Micah, we'd just like to thank you for coming up and telling us your story. And Cat Claw wanted me to tell you thanks for helping them with promoting their stuff and doing the tournaments and stuff with them. They really appreciate that.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, no problem. I don't have a problem helping anybody that I can or that I can. I'll say that. I mean, I like to help everybody, but I can't help everybody.
But thanks again, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You got anything to close in that you want to say, Micah?
Well, really, just this, like, again, I just appreciate you guys having me on. I said, what you do with the gathering and stuff like that, I think it's a great deal. I think we talked last time. I think you got me down or hit me up when you have it again. What's it, next year?
Yeah, April the 20th.
So hit me up again. We'll see. We'll see if I can actually make it this time. But the schedule stays pretty full most days. So yeah. I don't know. I don't make any promises now because I've actually said I would go to 2 different events and I couldn't make it because of scheduling problems.
Yeah, I'll say, the gathering is something for you to do when you don't have something else that's more important that you got other sponsors and stuff to do. I get that.
Yeah, that's kind of the stuff I run into. And this next year, we're actually starting this fall. It's going to get quite a bit busier for me. Chances are I'm going to be on a TV show, so that's kind of cool.
Right.
So, but outside of that, I don't know where that's going to end up going. So I can't make a whole lot of deals. But hit me up. If nothing else, I can send you some stuff like
Yeah.
I did last time. But no, I just like I said, just that, man. Appreciate you guys having me on, and I appreciate everybody that was watching. Commenting, even though I couldn't see a single one. That's okay. It's probably on my end.
But you're probably better off.
And
You
I
ain't missed
look,
nothing tonight.
yeah, but I look forward to possibly doing this again if y'all have me.
Yes, sir.
We'll do it, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much. You go ahead, Dan.
Hey, next time that we see that we've got cookies, Lisa makes fabulous cookies. Godwin ate all yours, so you didn't get any left over. But next time we'll save you some to let you eat with us.
All right, that'd be cool. I like to try some.
Hey, it ain't killed Randy yet, so I guess they're okay.
Hey, she fed a whole lot of people.
Hey, it didn't kill you either.
No, I ain't doing coffee that night for sure. All right, guys. We appreciate everybody and all you guys that's been in chat. We appreciate you. Love all you guys. Hey, we appreciate you putting up with our foolishness and crazy show, and we hope you guys enjoyed it again tonight. Next week, we're going to have another surprise for you. We got some big announcements coming up, some great stuff going on in the catfish world. I can't share with you tonight, but I will share with you next week, and we'll have some other stuff going on also. So God bless all of you. Go to church somewhere Sunday. We love you, and we'll catch you guys later.
Peace.